Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to 6th, 7th and 8th channel of BYJU'S. I'm your teacher Ankita and I welcome you all in the class today where we will be discussing about class 8th Political Science Chapter 3 Parliament and Making of Law. So I hope that all of you are really very excited for the class today. Really sorry for the technical glitch, right? We could not start the class. Really sorry for the delay everyone. Really sorry for the delay. Good evening everyone. Good evening. How are you all? Yes. I'm definitely audible and visible to each one of you. Good evening everyone. Welcome to the class. Sorry for the delay and here we are. With a very interesting chapter, right? Awesome. So I hope that all of you are ready for the class. Yes. Everyone please make sure you hit the like button for the video. Please make sure you're sitting with your textbook, your notebook, your pencil, and of course your pen if you want to, right? So that you can note down all the important points that we will be discussing. Chaliye, without taking much of a time everyone, let's get started. Now in today's class, we will discuss about the Parliament. That's a very interesting topic, right? Till now we were just discussing about our country, right? We discussed about secularism. Yes, so we are trying to understand that why we have all of these components, right? And why Parliament is very special to our country and why the making of the laws and having laws is really very important. Okay? So, let's get started everyone. So, here we have the topics that we'll be discussing in today's class. Here we have the breakout of the chapter, people and their representatives, role of the Parliament, people in the Parliament, laws for all, unpopular and the controversial laws. So basically this is a breakout of the chapter that we will have. And let's get started. Yes. So we all know that India has the largest democracy in the world, right? Because this is a very huge democracy that we have in our country and we're kind of aware about it. Right, of course. When we talk about what is democracy, I'll not ask because it's a very valid question. I'm sure you all have discussed it and all are aware about it, right? So what is democracy? It's nothing but a form of government which stands for the people, of the people and by the people and for the people. So it's basically a government where the people are electing their leader and the leader will be working for the people. So it's a very big, or we can say it's a very small circle where we know that people will elect someone who they want for them to work, and of course the leader will be working for them. Clear? Everyone, are we clear? Yes. See, I would encourage all of you to ask doubts, write answers, but please make sure everyone, please don't spam. ठीक है? सबको समझ में आ गया? Yes. चलिए. Now that we are clear with what is democracy, let's understand that why people should decide. Now, if I ask you why you think that people should decide, what are your opinions about it? I can see many of you are asking some of the questions that we'll be discussing in the upcoming topics. Please hold your doubts over there. I'll answer your doubts there. Anvi will answer that question also. That's very good, Envy Gamers. All the best. Yes, everyone, are we clear? Tell me, why do you think that people should actually get involved? Because it's our country, because people know what they need. Absolutely correct, right? So we have an understanding that why people should be participating into it. Why people has to, or why people should have a clarity that what they want in their life. Because eventually, the decision that will be made by the government is for the people only, for us only. For example, if I select a person who does not have the vision for the country, I am thinking my country will grow, right? We will have so much growth, we will have so much of development. But the leader that I am selecting is not been able to do that job for the country. We know that it's a loss of the country and a loss of the individual. That is the reason we all know that people should be getting involved and it's the people should be deciding it. So in our history, not in our history textbook, in the history of our Indian, I would say in the Indian Parliament and the laws, right, in the whole of the system, we know that India were ruled by the Britishers, right? And in the 1885, it's a very important information which is mentioned in our textbook, that in the 1885, we know that the Indian National Congress demanded that members should be elected in the legislature. So of course they ask, please allow us also to be the we also want to participate in the election that are happening. But of course they said no. But later the Government of India Act 1909 allowed some of the elected representatives, right, to participate. After independence, of course, this Constitution of India gave people the power to choose their representatives through the voting. So the current situation that we have right over here, where people can vote for their leader or can elect their representative, was not there before the independence. So after a lot of struggle from various freedom fighters, from various political parties and the politician, we eventually have the system where we can vote for the leader, right? Our leader. Maybe we see them that they will be able to help us in the growth of the country. They'll be help us in the uplifting the economy of the country, and etc. etc. So I hope that all of you are clear that why people should decide. Yes, everyone, I will be taking up your doubts after some time. So please make sure, right, that all of you just wait for your doubts, everyone. Okay? I can see benefits like, ma'am, I can't understand. Please help me. I will stop at one point and then I'll be able to answer your doubts. Clear? Very good. Not ignoring any one of you, not coming here with an agenda of ignoring you first of all. So please don't say that. Right? We are here to help you and I'll try my best. Chaliye. Now everyone, now that we know that we have a very interesting thing in our country, which is a universal adult franchise. That means that all the citizens above of age 18 have a right to vote, regardless of their caste, their color, their religion and their gender. Okay? So, this is a very, very important term, everyone. For 1 marks, they can easily ask you for this question. What is universal adult franchise? That means that every citizen of a country has a right who is age above 18. Okay? Have a right to vote. Clear? Moving further, let's understand the people and their representatives, right? Now, we know that we vote. All of us vote. So, we know that people will be voting during the election that happens, right? And they'll be electing their representatives. There will be a one group, right? That there will be a party that will have their leader. Probably will be voting for that leader, or sometimes will vote for the individual people, and of course eventually they will go, right, and be the leader. Yes, we do that. The newly formed government makes the laws and the policies. So the government that you and I will select, right, when you and I will select, when we will go and vote, we will be selecting a party that will be representative by a leader. So eventually what will happen, the government that will be there will be actually playing a very important, a very crucial role in making laws and policies for the country. So everyone, are we clear up to here? Yes, all of you, are we clear up to here? Yes, and here we have this very famous image, everyone, from a textbook. So we have the election commission, which is really very important for the proper, organizing the elections altogether, to make sure that there's no biasness, right? And there's proper procedures in the, protocol to be followed in the elections. Clear, everyone? Yes? Okay, I can see many of you asking why 18. So according to the to the surveys and to the government, they believe that after the 18 age, right, the citizens have an understanding about what is right and what is wrong in terms of the political welfare. So they understand what is good for the society, right? And that is the reason that they have given. Yes, slide number 3, what we have. What is this? We have the largest democracy. I don't understand the problem over here. Everyone, are we clear? Yes, everyone, are we clear with it? Very good, Mehek. Yes. Okay, we'll have class 7th also. Thank you, thank you. Yes, everyone, I'll repeat it again. All of you, please pay attention. Right, please do pay attention over here. So what are we discussing? We are discussing about this very interesting chapter, the Parliament, right? We will be reaching to the Parliament, but what are we discussing? We're just discussing a backstory of it. During the time of British rule, right? During the time of British rule, the citizens, right, have no right to vote. At that time, there was no voting rights that were given to us. We could not vote. But of course, after the 1909 ka Act, there were few elected representatives were there, right? They were standing in the elections. Of course, that's how we got the entry into that whole process. And eventually, after the independence of our country, we have the elections. The person that we will be electing will get elected. He will be the leader, right? We'll see the formation of the government, and they will be the one that will be making the laws and policies. Everyone, are we clear? Yes, all of you, are you clear with it? Yes, very good. Please write your doubts. Who made this act? British government. Okay. Ma'am, could you please say everything is I'm explaining in Hindi, I'm explaining in English only. Don't worry about it. Yes, Purple Paradise, I can't find a question. Ma'am, please tell the most important chapters. All the chapters are important, bache. This chapter is definitely important. It has a combination of 2 chapters, so it's important. Yes. Ma'am, at the first, there was the age of 21. Yes, the marriage age was there also. But yeah, now they have changed. Ma'am, what happened if the 50% of the first party... we will study this, Purvi. Just wait for some time. Okay? Everyone, I hope this is clear. Anvi, state and government will discuss. Yes. Ma'am, please explain, why should people decide? See, we are the people who will be getting affected by it, right? So we should be the one who should be defining it, right? That what we need and what we don't need. That is the reason we should get involved into it. Everyone, are we clear? Yes? Because eventually we will be getting affected by it. All of you, are you clear? That why we should be deciding it, that okay, should we participate in elections, which party should be there? Clear? Good. So we're done with this, everyone. We have discussed people and their representation. Now let me ask you a very quick question. Who conducts the election in India? Very easy question for all of us, everyone. Yes, very easy peasy question. Who conducts election in our country? Very good, very good. Is it a member of Lok Sabha, member of Rajya Sabha, Election Commission of India, Union Public Service Commission? The answer is very easy. Option number C, Election Commission of India. So they are the body that conduct the elections in our country. They want to have a free and fair elections for everybody and every party. So they are the responsible party of our country. Yes. Okay. Now this is done, everyone. People and their representation. Remember it, everyone. This is super important. 2 important topics we have discussed. First is the universal adult franchisee. What is the meaning of that? That everyone who is at the age, above the age of 18 has a right to vote in respective of their caste, color, gender. Right? Nobody can stop them from voting. That's 1 mark question, super important. Then comes people and their representation. The people that, like you and me, once you will be 18, you will be able to vote. It's very important for us to vote because we'll be able to select a representative that can actually help in the growth of the country. That will actually understand us and take us, right, as a nation towards the development. Not in just terms of the military, economical, political, etc. Everyone, are we clear? Awesome. Those of you who have doubts over here, I would request all of you to watch it again because I've explained 3 times already. Okay? Chali. Now I'll discuss about the role of the parliament. Now, if we have to say what is a parliament, right? What is a parliament, everyone? Can anyone tell me what is parliament? What is parliament, right? In my background over here, we can see a parliament, right? This is a parliament. Is it a building? Or is it a huge body where we see the formation of the laws? What is it? Is it a government? Yes? It is the highest law-making body. Absolutely correct, right? So, what is parliament, everyone? The parliament is a representative of people, right? In a very, it's not the, it's when you look at over here, we call it this as a parliament. right? But what it has? It has the people who are the representatives of the people like us, right? When I go and vote, I am electing a individual, I am electing a leader that will be going into the parliament and will be helping in making of the laws and policies. So a parliament is a representative or the representation of the people, right? India has a various several divisions in terms of the constituency, right? We have separate areas altogether, and from each of these area we will have one elected member. Okay, so everyone, let's suppose this is a place we all are living in, right? And here we have this area, okay, this area, okay. So how many areas we have? We can see that we have 4 areas altogether, right? From each of these areas we'll have a representative. All of you, are you clear? What is these areas are called as? These areas are the constituency. Small areas, right? Here we have multiple people. Here we have so many people who will be electing this as a representative, the elected one member. Okay? Yes? And this particular member eventually will be going to the parliament and will be helping in the making of the laws and policies. Are we clear? Yes? Everyone, are we clear? Quick thumbs up, everyone. Quick thumbs up. Karthik? We'll discuss that, bache. We'll discuss that. Yes, Ansh, noted your point. I'll answer that question. Okay, chaliye. Now, let's move ahead, everyone. So, we are clear with that. We are clear with this thing that we have one elected member from one area that eventually will be representing in the parliament. Elected candidate become a member of parliament, MPs. Remember this. Member of parliament is the MPs. Clear? We are the voter and we have the elected individual. Everyone done? Right? Now, we have this structure. Please do remember this. Yes, it is. I'll explain you, Karthik. Okay? So, we have parliament, we have president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So, what is parliament? The parliament is nothing but the people, representative place, right? The people, the leaders that are, the leaders which are representing us are a part of the parliament and they will be making the laws and the policies. So that is parliament. Now in parliament also we have 3 different bodies that actually plays a super important role in the law making and policy making. So we have president, the first citizen of the country, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Clear? There are few terms, everyone, please do remember. Now what is MP? And everyone, can you quickly tell me what is MP? Jaldi say. What is MP? We have just now studied. Member of Parliament, right? Now what is MLA? I'll just help you with the first word. Member of. Very good. Legislative Assembly. Clear? Okay. Not Madhya Pradesh. Now everyone remember this one very important thing. Let's suppose this is a state or this is an area. Okay? And this is a parliament. Clear? This is a parliament. So if the person who is here in the area, right? Let's suppose if this is a state. Right? Any state. Right? It's a state. Now this particular member, when it's there in the state, elected by the people, we call it as MLA. Everyone, are we clear? It is representing the state. Are we clear, everyone? Yes? Clear? So if this person, right, it's there in the state, we call it as a MLA. But in this particular case, when we have an individual, right, who is selected by the people only, right? But comes in the Lok Sabha, right? It's been elected from the different parts of the country and come into the Lok Sabha as a member. We call it as the MPs, Member of Parliament. Yes, MLAs are selected for the state. Yes, they are the representation that we have. Clear? All of you, are we clear? Yes, so they are there in the state. So we have Sansad in Hindi. I'm sure if you have, अगर आप news सुन रहे, if you're listening to the news, you will understand that there's a very specific word that we use for the MPs, which is the Sansad. And we have a very strong word for the MLAs, which is the Vidhayak. Clear? Chaliye. So this is important information, everyone. Please do make sure you take a screenshot. Ta-da! Very good. Chaliye. Next point, everyone. The one that I've just explained, you will see it over here. So we are clear with this. Let's understand to select the national government, how the government is being made. So MPs are usually elected once in every 5 years. Every 5 years we have big elections, right? In those elections we will be electing our MPs. Now these MPs will be moving to the Lok Sabha, which has how many seats? 545 seats. Super important, right? How many seats we have? We have 545 seats, out of which 2 seats are there for the member of Anglo-Indian community. 545 seats in total. 543 are for everyone, whereas 2 seats are there for the Anglo-Indian community. Anglo-Indian, basically, what is the meaning of Anglo-Indian? Anyone in the class would be able to help me understand it? Yes. They work for the state. MLAs work for the state. Meaning of parliament, bache, it's a body, right, where we have the people representatives, right? They're elected by the people and they help in making the laws and the policies. Special people. Yes, hello Karthik, okay, noted your point. Jaldi say, what is the meaning of Anglo-Indian? You do write the answer in the comment section below, everyone. Okay? Please do read more about the Anglo-Indians and write in the comment section. No, it's not the... Ansh, it's not like that. Very good. Yes. Right, so the Anglo-Indians basically belongs to a community which are basically one of the parent is Britishers or outside the country and they are Indians. Clear? Very good. Half British, half Indians. Interesting. Chali. Then everyone, let's understand this. What is the function of the parliament and how we have the selection for it? So we know that for the political party, right? For any of the political party, how many seats we have? We have total of 545 seats, right? We have how many seats? We have the 545 seats. Out of this, the government, right? If a party wants to form a government, right? They should have a, can you tell me what is the number of it? Those of you who have the textbook, 272 or 73? Yes? Very good. So we all know that the parties who want to form the government, they should have approximately of 272 seats. Right? They should have this many number of seats and then only they'll be able to form the government, right? They should have either 272 seats or more than it. They should be there in the majority. Right? They should be able to have the majority of the seats in the parliament. If they don't have the seats, right, probably they will form the government. Right? They will form the government by being friend with the other parties. And that type of government is called as the coalition government. Everyone, what we call it as coalition government. Clear, everyone? Yes? Let's suppose if you are here and one of your friend is here. Both of you are competing. Right? Both of you are competing for the monitor. Your teacher say, you know what? Both of you become the monitor. Right? We have 4 days. You have 2 days each. So it's a kind of a Gatbandhan, right? Both of you are kind of getting the equal thing. Not exactly the equal things. There will be the change in the responsibilities also. But when you're coming together, right, we call it as a coalition government. Everyone, are we clear? Very good, very good. So we know that the political party or the government, right, when they're coming in, if they have the majority or if they have 272 seats or more seats, they will be able to form the government. The Prime Minister of India is a leader of the ruling party of Lok Sabha, right? The rest of the members who are there are called as the opposition party or the opposition member of the parliament, right? These opposition party, right, have all the parties which are not in the majority. They sometimes, for example, if we have 3 parties, right, this party needs 2 more seats. This party will support it and they'll form a government which is the coalition government. Yes? Very good, very good. So this is very important, everyone. That's how we will be looking into the Lok Sabha and how the selection happens of the Lok Sabha. Then we have Rajya Sabha. Now Rajya Sabha has the representatives of the state. See, Lok Sabha means Janta, right? Lok, common people. Rajya Sabha, it has a representation of the state in parliament. Okay, it has 245 members, out of which 233 are elected by the legislative assembly members, MLAs, right? MLAs. Clear? MLAs will be electing them, and 12 members are actually nominated by the president for the contribution in arts, literature, etc. So we have sometime various Rajya Sabha members who are not into the political or they're not into the politics, but still as they have the contribution, they become a part of the Rajya Sabha. Clear, everyone? So let me just quickly summarize everyone, right? So we can say that we have, let's just go back, what we have, right? We have parliament, then of course we have president, we have right, we have Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. For Lok Sabha, how many seats we have? We have 545 seats, out of which 443 seats are for all the people and 2 seats are reserved for the Anglo-Indians. The people who are selected in the Lok Sabha are called as the MPs, right? They are selected by they are selected once in 5 years. 5 years may we have the elections and they are selected, right? And they go to the Lok Sabha. Then we discussed about the Rajya Sabha, right? Rajya Sabha has how many seats? Can anyone tell me quickly? Yes? Jaldi se. How many seats we have? 233 seats were there for the common people, right? Yes? 13 seats. Very good, right? 245 is the number, absolutely correct. So 245 seats are there in the Rajya Sabha, out of which 12 are given by the president. The president will pick these individuals from the different fields of art, literature, entertainment, etc., etc. Clear? Lok Sabha, right, have 2 major parties. We have party who has majority of the votes. They should have approximately 272 votes or more votes to form a government. The party which are there in the opposite of them, which does not have majority of the seats or the votes, right, seats, they are called as the opposition party. Clear? And sometime various parties, if they does not have the majority, they'll come together and they'll form the government, which is called the coalition government. Clear? Yes, noted everyone. Are we clear? All of you, quick thumbs up. Yes, easy peasy everyone. Yes, Akash have explained, bache, MPs are elected members of the Lok Sabha, where MLAs are the members that are there in the states. Okay? Ma'am, what if the Prime Minister, so again, the majority, the party which is there in the government, right, they will elect their leader. Okay? Clear? Ansh, have answered your question? Clear, everyone? Thumbs up now. Very quick thumbs up. Rajya Sabha members, do that. Okay. Chaliye. Now let's move ahead, everyone. Right, let's move ahead. Okay, chaliye. Now, what is the function of the government? Right, what is the function of the government? The function of the government is to control, to guide and to inform the government. Right, now what happens in the parliament is really very important. Now we see that every parliament session will have a questionnaire, where the questions will be asked. In the parliament session, what happens? The laws and the policies are made. But before that, what will happen? There will be lots and lots of discussion. The government will tell about what they want to do. They will come up with the ideas. They will come up with the laws. Then, of course, the other members, right, who are there in the Lok Sabha will discuss about it. Okay, is it good? Is it bad? They will question it. They will give the feedbacks. They will have lots and lots of discussion. And once that is done, then only we'll be able to see the law forming. Everyone, are we clear? All of you, are you clear with this? जल्दी से बताइए. Yes? किस तरीके से law बनते हैं? 5-year बच्चे, because that's how the policies have been made in our country. That's the duration that they feed. Ansh, have answered your question. Please stop spamming. Okay. Opposition parties are those parties which are opposite to the governing party. Okay. Those parties who are opposite to the governing party. For example, in a state, let's suppose we have A party, which is the major party, right, which has the more number of votes. The party B becomes the opposition party. Okay. The common people are not allowed to enter the parliament without any passes, any valid information. Okay. Yes, the ruling party is the one which are there, right, which are there in the which have majority of the seats. Yes, good. So let's quickly read this, everyone. The parliament have the questionnaire, right, and this particular questionnaire is important mechanism in which the MPs can share the information about the working of the government by asking questions, right? The opposition party can question what you are doing, right? They can question the governing party. What are you doing? What is the representation that they have? The asking question the government is a crucial task for every MP, right? They should ask questions. They should question the government that what are you doing? How are you doing? Is it good? Is it bad? Feedbacks have been given, right? And that's how we know that the policies and the laws are made for the people, are benefit, right? Are beneficial for the people. For example, everyone, let's suppose you are there in a parliament, right? And you say that, you know what, every student till at least the age of 17 can eat 5 chocolates every day. Do you think it's a good rule? Tell me. For example, someday, just a hypothetical situation, everyone. If you become an MP and you say, you know what, I'll pass a rule that every student up to 17 years of age should eat 5 chocolates a day. Is it a good rule or bad rule? It's a bad rule, right? Yes, it's definitely, it's very harmful for the people. So, the laws and policies that are made by the people should be questioned. Why you are saying this, right? It's not correct. There should be the opposition of it. There should be the oppose of it so that we can have an understanding, right? That is the reason sometime in your school also you will have 2 monitors to keep a check on one, right? It should not be the case that, the other monitor just favoring the other friends. Yes? Everyone, are we clear? So this is very, very important, everyone. This becomes super, super crucial for all of us. So, with this, we can say that when we have everything proper, when we have the parliament, right, when we have the president who elects the Rajya Sabha, who picks up the 12 important members from different streams altogether for Rajya Sabha. We have Rajya Sabha members who are there, right? And of course, we have Lok Sabha. And of course, we have a governing party. What happens with all of this is become super easy for a smooth functioning. These are the important pillars, right, that actually help. So everyone, are we clear? Everyone, are we clear with this? Right? And all of this, right, all of this is happening because of the law making. Ultimately, in Parliament, in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, what the MPs are discussing. They're discussing about the laws and policies for our country, for us, right? They are actually there. For example, the Education Commission change. For example, if there's a change in the education policy for country, where this discussion will be happening? Yes, where the discussion will be happening. Jaldi se bataiye. Yes. Ma'am, is the all people are allowed to stand in the what? Stand in election and become the leader? If not, why? I'll answer your question. Very good everyone. Nahi hota. We have the, in party mein, we have the second members over there. Sunny, nahi hote bache. Are we clear? Good. So law making is super important. All of these people are working to make the laws, right? The process of making laws begins with the introduction of the bill either in the houses of the parliament, right? Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, and once it is passed from there, then only it become a law or the policies. The bill undergo 3 readings in each houses and it is submitted to the president who will sign on it, and hence the law or the policy is made. Clear everyone? So of course in the parliament we'll have Lok Sabha, first step, then Rajya Sabha, and then the president. If this allows, then from here to here. And this is how the laws and policies are made. Clear? Yes, all of you. Arey, Akash, please don't spam. You can search it on the internet and you'll be able to get the answer. Not daily, Akash. So there are seasons that happens, right? Based upon that, I'm sure you would have seen in the television also, in TV also we have this. Yes. Ansh, because you know what? I already answered your question. Right? Yeah, you see, I know that you ask doubts and you go in each and every class and ask doubts. That's good. But you should have patience also, right? You start spamming in the class. That's not good. I would really encourage you to ask doubts. Very good. But it should not disturb other students, right? Who are there in the class. That's not a, it's not a good, healthy habit that we're looking for. Okay? Good. Very good. Chaliye. So we are clear that what is lawmaking. Now let me ask you a question, everyone. The total members of the total number of the members of Lok Sabha are what? Easy peasy. Everyone, please pick the correct answer. The total number of the seats of the members that we have in Lok Sabha is 541, 245, 545 or 233. Very good. Option number C is the correct answer. 545. Very good. Moving ahead, everyone, we are done with the 2 topics. Now we'll talk about the people in parliament. When we're talking about the people in the parliament, we're talking about us, right? And the people who are representative of us. So parliament has people from the different backgrounds, right? The MPs. Basically, they're talking about the MPs, the representatives that we are sending, right? They have a different background. They are people through different parts of the country, right? We have the reserve seat for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people. Their representation is equally important. So they are there. They're reserve seats. And of course, we have the reserve seats for the women also in the parliament, right? In both the houses. Clear? Yes. Okay. This is important, everyone. So now I'll stop over here for a doubt board. The doubt board over here I can see is a very interesting question. Now what is the difference between Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha? So Lok Sabha have the MPs which are elected by people, right? They have leader and they form the government. We call the leader as the Prime Minister. Okay. Whereas in Rajya Sabha, right, we have one representative of state. Like we have representatives of the states. Not the one. There could be many. But they're the representatives of the state. Right. Definitely seats vary over here. We have 245 seats over here. And we have 545 seats here. Okay. That's a major difference. Now, why is president elected indirectly? So can you quickly tell me how the president is selected? See, indirectly means we are not selecting the president directly, right? We are not the one who will be voting for the president. That is done by the members of the parliament, right? They are the one that will be selecting the or electing the president. Clear? Ma'am, High Court is a superior court. No, Supreme Court is a superior court. They can rule. They are a part, right? They can rule, right? Yeah. Very good. Ma'am, opposition party and coalition government. No, nahi bache. Vanya, coalition party is a government which is formed when there is a joining of the parties. Okay? Opposition party is a party which is sitting opposite to the ruling party. Clear? Okay. Judiciary in parliament is something that will be taking care of whether the judge, the courts are a part of the judiciary parliament. Okay? Chaliye. Okay, everyone, are we clear? Let's quickly move ahead to the last part of it, right? Two small, chotu sa parts, everyone, and then we're done with this chapter. Right? We have laws of all and popular and, unpopular and controversial laws. So let's talk about the laws for all. What is meant by law? We know that law is defined as a binding custom of practice of the community. We have a law, right? And this law actually helps us in smooth functioning of the community. If we don't have the laws, people can do whatever they want, and this is definitely not good for the society. And hence, we have the making of the law. Parliament is a body that actually help in making these laws so that there's a smooth functioning of the government, of the people, and there's a development altogether, right? So when we discuss about the law, right, we should understand that all people, right, all persons in the independent India are equal before the laws. And laws are being made in such a way that everyone have the equal opportunity and laws are equal for them. And the law cannot be discriminated based upon the religion, the caste or the gender of the individual. So laws are made so that there's a smooth functioning, and laws will never differentiate between the individual based upon the religion, caste and their gender. So this is a rule of the law. Important thing, there's a two important laws which are mentioned, everyone, in the side box mein, right? Arbitrary Law and the Sedition Act of 1870. Now these two laws were there in the British time, but they are not now. And what are these laws? The question can come, they are passed. What are the arbitrary laws? These are the laws which are kind of force fit. For example, let's suppose there is a rule that all the citizens of the country has to drink from a black water bottle. They can drink the water only through a black color water bottle. For example, if I'm drinking the water from a blue color water bottle, what will happen? The government who is there can actually put me into the jail. This is not correct, right? This is not a fixed law, right? It's very unfair to the people also, right? And of course, these are vague law. There's nothing very serious about this law. They just made the law. Everyone should have red hair color or everyone should have green hair color. Then we have another law which is the Sedition Act of 1870. This means that any person who's protesting or criticizing the government can be put behind the bars in the British time. So these two laws were there at that time, and these two laws clearly show that they're not favorable for the citizens of the country. As citizens, when we have a right to express our thoughts, right? When we have a right to express things, it should not be put a pressure on us to follow a thing which we don't want to, right? And these type of law, which are very vague laws, should not be a part of our parliament. Everyone clear? Yes, I will answer your doubt, everyone. I want all of you to stay focused. I can see that many of you are asking the doubts. Either we have done the previous topic or the upcoming topics. Just have some patience, everyone. I'll answer your doubts. Okay, chaliye. Okay, now let's understand how do new law comes about. Now this is very interesting. Super interesting, right? That how the laws are formed. Very good. So let's suppose law formation. So we know that we have MPs, yes or no? These MPs are elected by people. So these MPs are elected by people, right? So what happened? These MPs sit in the Lok Sabha and this is in the Rajya Sabha. Clear? And of course we have the president. What happens? They will say, you know what, we want to make these two laws. Right? We will make these two laws altogether. Then of course, if they pass this bill, it goes to the Rajya Sabha where they will also put a signature and president will also put a signature, and that's how the law will be formed. Now when the discussions are happening in both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, right, we will get a chance to be aware about it, right? We have television, we have newspapers, we can read through it, right? And then we will decide whether this law is good for us or not. Sometimes what happens, the laws are passed really very quickly. Sometimes we don't have any information about them. Sometimes there are various laws which are there in the public. And what happens, we can express our thoughts about it. For example, we have A law and we have B law, right? A law is supported by majority of the members, right? But A law is not that great for us. Let's suppose A law is not good for the students. So you know what will happen? The students community can come out, can protest, can express their views, can go on television and talk about it, can have the debates and can say why this A law is not good for them. And if they oppose, eventually the parliament can actually change the law also. So everyone, are we clear? Yes, all of you, are you clear about it? That how the laws are made. There's an equal participation of the people indirectly. We as a citizen should be aware about it and what is happening in our surrounding. That is a reason, I'm sure you must have seen that your parents watches the news and they ask you also, right? Yes, all of you, are you clear about it? Ansh, this is just one chapter. I think you haven't seen the rationalized textbook, everyone. Now the CBSE class 8th textbook mein this chapter is one chapter. There are no two chapters, right? Yes, everyone, are we clear? Yes. There are exceptions, Akash, because of the situation. We have some reservation, we have some exceptions, right? Because we know that there are people who will not understand. See, we have women rights. Why? Because women have faced so much in the past that they has to be protected. And because for them, there are special laws. Similarly, for the various scheduled tribes and for the caste, unfortunately, they didn't get a chance, right? They didn't get an opportunity. And that is a reason to safeguard their needs, to make sure that they have the equal formation, right? They have equal foundation. That's the reservation that we have. Okay? Chaliye. Are we clear with this, everyone? This is the same thing which I've explained. I hope that all of you are clear with it. Yes? Okay. Moving ahead, everyone. We have the example in your textbook. Right? I hope that all of you have read this. Right? This talks about the domestic violence against the women. So in this particular comic, we have this particular comic, comic cartoons in your textbook, right, that talks about the women organization, right? There are two individuals, right, Kusum and Shahazia, who are working for the women welfare and their uplifting, right? And they are being questioned. There are a lot of people who will come to them and they don't have a law at that particular time. So when they started protesting, when they started, raising their voice, eventually we saw that in the year 2006, there came an act for the protection of the women from the domestic violence, right? I'm sure you would have seen in movies, you would have heard about it. There are various women who suffered from the domestic violence. It could be done by their husband, by the other family members, right? It's not that women are only suffering. There are times when the other members of the family is also suffering. Maybe, I'm sure you would have seen in movies and other places around, sometimes the elders are being, the victims over here. they're not treated well by the family members. So these laws are there, right? And we have domestic violence law that people can go and approach it and they can look for the protection. Clear? Yes? Very good. So this is important, everyone. Do remember that. Now again, I have just spoken about it, that what is the role of the people in making the laws. If we are aware about it, we'll be able to go out and can talk about it, whether we agree or not agree. If we agree, it's well and good. If we don't agree, we can always express our thoughts, because in our country, we have the freedom of speech. Yes? Clear, everyone? So, with this, we're done with for laws for all, and now we have the unpopular and controversial laws. What happens? There are times, I was telling you, right? There are times when people are criticizing. Sometimes the laws which are made are legal and government is supporting them. But people don't like those laws, so they can criticize, right? They can actually say no to it, right? Because there are laws that could be unfair to one particular section of the community. That is the reason people can say, we don't like this law. We will sit on dharna, we will protest. And of course, if it happens for a long period of time, the government, right, will understand that this law is not benefiting the people and they will not pass that law. Everyone, are we clear with this? This is very important. We have lots and lots of power. Right, the people, the citizens of the country who are voting have so much power. This is very, very crucial. Okay? Then everyone, with this, we are kind of done with the chapter. Yes, everyone. I will revise it. Don't worry. I will have a quick summary. Now I'll go really very slow. Those of you who have joined us, don't worry. I'm going really very slow. So this chapter, Parliament and the Making of the Laws, is a one single chapter. First of all, it's a one single chapter. Okay? Don't get confused that it's a two chapter. No, it's a one single chapter according to the new rationalized textbook that we have. Then we discussed about what is Parliament. It's a body that actually helps in forming the laws. And there are two houses that we have, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha members are called as MP and they are elected by the elections which happens once every 5 years. Total of 545 seats are there. 543 seats are there for the members and there are 2 seats for the Anglo-Indian. The party, right, who have more number of seats forms the government and they will have the leader, which is the Prime Minister of the country. Then we have Rajya Sabha, right? Rajya Sabha, the elected members are there for the 6 years, right? Their turnover, right, is for 6 years, not 5 years. There are 245 seats. 233 members are normal members, whereas 12, right, members are elected by the President of the country, right? And they have a very important functioning, altering and reviewing the bills which are passed by the Lok Sabha. Then, of course, we discussed about the questionnaire. The government, the ruling party will be questioned by the opposition party that what you are doing, what is correct, what is incorrect. They will be providing them the feedbacks, and this is how laws and policies are made. This is super important, everyone. The process of law making start when the law or the bill goes into each houses, and then of course discussions happens again and again and goes to the president, and when he signs or she signs on it, the law or the bill is being passed. The parliament has the reservation for the, for the women, for the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe. This is important. Then of course we discuss about the rule of the law means the laws are equal for all the individuals. They're common. The laws are same for the people and that's how they want to protect us, right? Rules are really very important. We discuss about 2 important laws which were there in the British time. First, the arbitrary law, which means that they can pass the law, anything which will be very unfair to the people. These laws were very vague. Nothing that great at all. Then of course we have the Sedition Act of 1870 that allow the government to arrest the individual if they are protesting or they are criticizing against the government. We don't have these 2 laws now, everyone. We don't have these 2 laws in our country. Ending with it that people have a very important role in the law making. They have a very important role to select the correct leader, right? Who can actually represent them, their communities, their ideas. If people are not involved, right, laws and policies will not be able to help us. It is a very, very important step for every citizen of the country that once they have the voting right, that is after 18 years, they should vote. They should elect an individual which is capable of making laws and policies for the betterment of the country and for the people. And if we feel that we don't like a law or any policies, we can definitely come in groups, we can protest, we can debate about it, and the government will definitely listen to us. Clear, everyone? Yes, all of you, are we clear? I know it's a little bit, I'll not say lengthy chapter. It has now the two, chapters combined together. Yes, clear? Yes. Okay, everyone, are we clear? Right, that's the revision, everyone. Now I'll move aside. I would love all of you to take a screenshot, jaldi se. I'll move aside, everyone, take a screenshot. Okay, then here, everyone. Yes, here. Yes. The class is over. Yes, the class is over, everyone. Ma'am, chapter 3 is why do we need a parliament and chapter 4 is understanding law. No, bache. According to the new rationalized textbook, right, if you will see, there's only one chapter now. Right, in the new rationalized textbook, this is the one that we have. Okay, so please make sure all of you are following the new textbook. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much. I know that there will be few doubts that you have. You can write in the comment section below. Please make sure you read the textbook now, right, and visit this video again for the better understanding, right? Please make sure you read the NCERT, everyone. And if you read the NCERT, I'm sure you'll be able to get each and everything. Please make sure you hit the like button for the video, share with your friends and subscribe to the channel. There's a very interesting question. What is 0 hour? Yes, everyone. Yes. What is 0 hour? Can anyone tell me? What is 0 hour, everyone? So basically, if we have to, explain in that way, it's an hour where, of course, before the session starts, right, they can, it's a question. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, it's a question hour. Yes, before the question hour, if they have to raise a concern about some urgent importance discussion, right, they can actually approach the speaker and they can talk about it, and there will be a 0 hour. Very good. The question hour starts approximately 12 noon. So before that, the person can go to the speaker and speak about it if they have some urgent issues to discuss. Nitya, Sedition Act of 1840 talks about that time the British government has the power to arrest the individual if they are protesting, if they are criticizing the government. Clear, Sandhya? Okay, interesting. Okay, everyone. Yes, they can ask a question on the issues of the urgent, public importance. Okay. So everyone, with this, I'll end the class. I can see that many of you have doubts which are beyond our discussion, right? Which are not exactly a part of our curriculum. And I would encourage you to read more about it, talk to your parents about it, talk to your teachers about it, right? Because you should have the understanding about these topics because you are the future of the country. So please make sure you read about them more, you become more aware about these things, right? And that's really, very important. Okay. With this, everyone, I'll end my class. Thank you so much for all of you being here with us. We'll be meeting really very soon. Do take care of yourself and keep on learning with BYJU'S. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.